What is our identity? Is language a part of identity? If it is, how do you make your language cool? So we've actually put it on the CD saying, making your language cool. I think it's very important considering the multicultural society and the multilingual society that we live in, where English is becoming not just a medium of communication, but a medium of thinking, a medium of thinking, more or less. Very important to nudge children to know that, there is also this. There's also your language. There's also a language that you speak at home. There is a lot of thought process in it. There's a lot of richness in it. Maybe it'll add value to how you're growing up. I think days like Language Day remind them of that.
We look at Language Day as this one mega celebration, but in so many other ways in which we try to bring in languages and cultures to classrooms, say like the Independence Day or the other community events that happen at school, or maybe the literature festival that happens where different children's literature is also celebrated. And all of those ways, children do make connections. So just yesterday, I was reading a book to my class, and one of the girls walked up to me and said, "Oh, hey, this illustration looks like the girl is wearing something which is something that we would wear in my native, which is in Tamil Nadu." So I think this book is set in Tamil Nadu, and that's where immediately a quick connect with the book was set for the child, and it was openly shared with the class. And others chimed in and said, "Yeah, hey, this is what I wear in my community, and this is what we eat in my community, and this is how we speak in our community." And that's just about it. We have that sensitivity to each other, and we have that tolerance, and it starts in these small little steps that we take.
Hard, very hard, because Bangalore is so cosmopolitan that you can get away with almost everywhere in English. I know my children and their Telugu friends do not speak in Telugu, but when they speak to us, my kids to the other Telugu friends' parents, and those kids to me, to us as parents, they speak in Telugu. I think we start there, and I think that much is good enough. You push beyond that, maybe they won't do it.
One thing that always hits the chord is when we go to Delhi and my son speaks to my grandmother. She speaks in Jhangi, which is a dialect, right? From, of course, before partition, she was in Jhang in Pakistan. He tries a lot to understand what she's trying to say, but somewhere he's not able to completely grab the language because of, I would say he hasn't been there, the part of the tribe of where the language is spoken. So he tries to understand it in his own way. But yes, the way the bond has grown over the years, whenever we go, even when they do video call or they talk to each other, it's just amazing that language is not just a means of communication, but it's a powerful tool for, it's a carrier, I would say, which brings about your cultural heritage, which brings history alive, which brings your identity alive.
Grandparents, to connect with them, I think the best way to connect with them is in your mother tongue. Both sets of grandparents speak English fluently, but I think the feeling, the love comes when you speak more in your mother tongue with your grandparents more than in English.
We are at a generation where many languages are getting endangered. The language that my grandmother speaks, I don't think people in Delhi also understand that language, right? Slowly they're getting endangered, and it's up to us, as I said, to preserve and protect those languages.
The moment you open up a space like this, you realize that, okay, fine, in my class, there may be just one child who speaks that language as opposed to maybe say 5 or 6 others. But that language still holds a space in this classroom, in this community. And that's how I'll enable kids to bring in their own words and their own worlds to that classroom. Hence, enabling all languages to come in classroom is just another way to bring in all children to classroom and not say no to any other child.
It was very important for us, for them to know what we grew up with and how that has contributed to what we are today. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm Telugu, I speak it and my children speak it.
I speak very proudly that I'm from Amritsar, and so is my child now. He's now learning Punjabi through me, and it's a unique way of celebrating your identity when you are able to, transfer it to the coming generations. I think that defines the whole purpose of why we exist.